The SEC has some of the best stadiums for college football, from Jordan-Hare Stadium to Sanford Stadium. Today, I will rank each stadium for college football in the SEC conference. This will be subjective, where I rank them, but I hope you guys enjoy, and be sure to leave a like on the video and to get it out there to more people. But let's get straight into it. Coming in at number 16, we have First Bank Stadium, the Vanderbilt Commodores. First Bank, more like losing its capacity size.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, with the Vanderbilt Commodores, the First Bank Stadium is honestly lost capacity size a bit to me. I'm personally not a big fan of the stadium. It is just really kind of boring to me, and it's the smallest stadium too, but hey, at least Vanderbilt did beat Bama though, so you gotta give them that. Moving on to number 15, we have Davis Wade Field, Mississippi State Bulldogs. Sadly, the Mississippi State Bulldogs have not been good in 2024, and this stadium is just small for a bad team. I really just don't enjoy the stadium, as it is just very small compared to the Vanderbilt Stadium. It's just the same small capacity size. It's just really not that exciting in my opinion, bro. Moving on to number 14, we have Farrott Field, Missouri Tigers. Personally, I'm just really not that big of a fan of the Missouri Tigers Stadium either. At least they have an M on the green fielded part, but still, to me, it just feels a little small to me. That's pretty much really it. I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of the Missouri Tigers Stadium. Now, coming in at number 13, we have Kroger Field / Commonwealth Stadium, the Kentucky Wildcats. Personally, with the Kentucky Wildcats, their stadium could be a bit higher, but I decided 13 would pretty much be a good spot for them. Their stadium is to me. The exterior of the stadium looks a little bit bland, but sometimes the sunset for the stadium, it looks really good. The sunsets, honestly, are just beautiful. So that's kind of a win in a way, I would say. Not too bad. Not too bad sunsets, but still gonna be at 13. Coming in at number 12, we have Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, the Arkansas Razorbacks. This stadium to me as a kid looked pretty awesome, but now that I am an adult, I would say that it could have been a bit better, but at the same time, it does look cool on the other end of the stadium. However, the other side of the stadium loses me a bit, but still an okay stadium. Now, coming in at number 11, we have Vaught Hemingway Stadium, Ole Miss Rebels. Now, this stadium to me is a hit or a miss for me. To be honest, it's really not that bad of a stadium. Just one part of the end zone of the stadium looks really cool to me, and the exterior of the stadium could kind of be a bit better, but overall it's really not that bad of a stadium to me. It's overall one of the really big, good looking stadiums I've seen in college football. I really like the Ole Miss Rebels Stadium. Coming in at number 10, we have Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, the Oklahoma Sooners. I like the O-shaped roundness to this stadium. Of course, it gives it off that vibe for the stadium to be like the Oklahoma Sooners. So yeah, of course, that gives it that vibe. And it also gives it a really awesome vibe at night too. And it just really looks beautiful at sunsets. Honestly, I'm glad I put this one at number 10. Really is a good stadium for scenery and beauty. Coming in at number 9, we have Williams-Brice Stadium, South Carolina Gamecocks. I like this stadium, and putting it at number 9 is good for me. South Carolina Stadium is honestly really cool, and it has a good capacity too. And it's pretty cool during the day as well. Not a bad stadium. Just really not that bad of a stadium. Just overall, really cool, really chill. Not bad. Coming in at number 8, we have Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama. Alabama to me, I'm not that big of a fan of Alabama, but I can't disrespect the stadium. It's honestly a very cool stadium and a very historical stadium too. I like how the stadium looks, and the structure and shape just gives it a good vibe. And also, the stadium pulse has to be very loud, I'm guessing too. So I honestly enjoy Alabama Stadium, and plus just the size of the stadium and the capacity size, it's very big. So it's a really cool stadium. Now, coming in at number 7, we have Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators have a very cool and big stadium, dude. Like, the large capacity of seats it has is just crazy. And also showing off the sign, "This is the Swamp," just really cool. And I overall love the Gators environment. And I also enjoy the Gators chants too. So yeah, Florida Gators being at number 7 is really a big, great stadium. I love it overall. Now, coming in at number 6, we have Tiger Stadium, the LSU Tigers. Now, Death Valley, the LSU Tigers Stadium, honestly, it looks more like a coliseum. I don't know why, bro. It just does. I mean, I decided to put this stadium at number 6 respectfully. I like the stadium and how it looks at night. It looks very cool at night. It really does. and the stadium band also makes it shine. Like, the stadium band for LSU is so freaking awesome as they play Neck. Neck is like so awesome, dude. Every time they play it, whenever I see them just on a game day or something, bro, it's just it's just a good time. I don't know why. I hope to one day visit Tiger Stadium, Death Valley. I hope to get to visit it one day. Now, coming in at number 5, I am putting Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium, Texas. Now, the Texas Longhorn Stadium is actually really good. I would honestly just wanted to put this one either at 6, but I decided to go for 5 because I really like the way the stadium looks, and seeing it on TV as a kid, it was honestly pretty cool to me. Like, that was like one of my favorite stadiums as a kid, was the Texas Longhorn Stadium. Like, it just was my favorite whenever I would watch it on TV. And pretty much the south and north ends of the stadium, they look really cool too, and with the double deck as well, it's very big. And the Longhorns, they always have a great opening when it comes to games. Like, whenever they open up for games and stuff, it's always just really cool. So I honestly would just put this one in number 5, being in my top 5 for the stadiums. Now, coming in at number 4, we have Kyle Field, Texas A&M. Kyle Field is just beauty. That's all it is. It's just beauty. This stadium, the exterior of the stadium just looks really good. And of course, the capacity of the stadium is roughly over 100K, and it is also nicknamed Home of the 12th Man. Still, this would be one of my top 5 stadiums for college football. Just a very iconic stadium. Deserves to be at number 4. I like Kyle Field. It's a good place to put it at number 4, in my opinion, bro. Now, here we are at the top 3. So, for number 3, we have Neyland Stadium, the Tennessee Volunteers. The Volunteers get number 3 on my list. This stadium is huge and looks like a huge bowl, and kind of somewhat reminds me of Yankee Stadium. I don't know, it kind of does, but I think Yankee Stadium is a bit bigger than it. This stadium has a capacity over, of course, 100K, so making it the 5th largest stadium in the United States, of course. And of course, it does have a lot of tradition with its walk and the marching band, and of course, the rivalries. The rivalries is what made this stadium pop off a lot. When it comes to a touchdown, yeah, it will start to pop off. Tennessee Volunteers. But seriously, this stadium deserves to be at number 3 on my list. Just a very big, very good, just overall awesome stadium. All right, coming in at number 2, we have Sanford Stadium, the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, for me, guys, I am a Georgia Bulldogs fan. Yes, I am a Georgia Bulldogs fan, and I decided to put them at number 2. Now, don't get me wrong, this stadium is huge, and of course, every time I watch Georgia on TV, it is always going to be a great game. I mean, this year in 2024, they went up against Georgia Tech in 8 overtimes on rivalry week. I honestly was having a good time just watching that game, because there were some calls that I didn't like, but at the same time, that game and that atmosphere, it just felt so awesome just watching it. It really was. They put up 8 overtimes in that game. Just really cool. And of course, the stadium for me, I enjoy Sanford Stadium even at night. The Sanford Stadium at night is honestly just so cool. It looks just so cool. It really does. And not only that, but just the fan base overall and tradition with the Georgia Bulldogs is honestly awesome. And what Pat McAfee does on College Game Day with Georgia, whenever he picks them, it's just going to be forever great. How he just thinks about Georgia is too good. Overall, I decided to put Sanford Stadium at number 2. Of course, I am a Bulldogs fan. I could be biased and just put them at number 1, but there's another one that deserves it. Now, coming in at number 1, I am going to be putting Jordan-Hare Stadium, the Auburn Tigers. Listen. The Auburn Tiger Stadium, of course, is very huge. It has really great tradition, as they do play swag surfing with the crowd a lot, and that I love that. Just swag surfing is just too cool. But the big thing about the Auburn Tigers is that they always upset freaking good teams. I don't know what it is. Like, Auburn just upsets teams. Like, this year, they took on Texas A&M and beat them at home at night, and it was during overtime as well. And not only that, but they upset Alabama one year during the Iron Bowl. I remember this, and Chris Davis basically got that kick 6 and took it all the way back to the end zone, and they won the game. Like, and I watched that game that night. That game was hilariously awesome. And not only that, they did beat my Georgia Bulldogs, and I was still pissed off with that year, man. Mainly, they threw like a little bit of a Hail Mary or whatnot, and it tipped, and they got it, and they mainly won the game and beat Georgia. I was honestly pissed that entire time, man. Like, how do you lose that? But besides that, this stadium deserves to be a #1 on my list. I honestly just enjoy the Auburn Tiger Stadium. It's just a really good, and it deserves like more praise, but I'm gonna just be honest. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Which stadium is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe if you are new for more college football content, and share with your friends too. And as always, I'm the Game Raptor, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace out.